Now to the growing frustration and heartbreak for hundreds of incoming Howard University students who were unenrolled after missing a tuition payment deadline. Howard University says it repeatedly warned students ahead of the July 10th deadline, but many of those students tell News 4 the communications were confusing and say they were still waiting on scholarships and financial aid, which typically aren't awarded until August. News 4's Aimee has the story.
She got this on the 17th. So right there in writing, we have proof that she was given that information.
This is the folder Ariel Moore's family hopes to use to convince Howard University to let her back in. The incoming freshman traveled from New York to plead her case after learning last week she'd been unenrolled for missing a July 10th payment deadline. Moore says the school had previously told her the money wasn't due until later.
I was planning on moving in August 7th, ordering my dorm stuff, so now this is like crazy. I know a lot of other colleges are not accepting students anymore, so it's like put me in a weird position.
Moore is one of 502 students unenrolled from Howard last week. Her family says she turned down scholarships from other schools because she wanted to be a Bison.
For her to just have worked so hard and then it just gets snatched away from her at the last minute for no reason, because she's already turned down the other scholarships. So this is really can change the whole projection of her future.
Howard University says it did repeated outreach to students and families between March and July, informing them of the payment deadlines. The university has declined News 4's numerous requests for an interview, but says it's reviewing cases individually to decide which students will be reinstated. Incoming freshman Isabella Williams was able to get her spot back, but still plans to advocate for her peers who weren't as lucky.
I know that education is the gateway to anything, really anything you want in life, you need an education. And these students are having it stripped away from them, and I just don't think that's fair. If there's anything that I can do to help them, I will.
Over the weekend, Interim University President Wayne Frederick told CNN he apologizes for the stress of the last-minute notice, but he defended the school's decision, saying they've been too lax in the past about letting students carry balances.
Just 2 months ago, we were asking our community to donate money to help students graduate. And so starting with a good financial plan is important. Our graduation rate is not 100%, and that gap is primarily due to lack of finances. And we have limited resources that we're trying to stretch as much as possible.
Howard University says it'll refund students for any payments and scholarships they sent, but the $800 housing and tuition deposits they put down are non-refundable. Aimee, News 4.
The University of the District of Columbia is giving those unenrolled Howard students a lifeline. UDC says it is now extending its application deadline to August 7th. And New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced today that SUNY and CUNY schools are offering a fast-track admissions process to those schools. They will receive $800 to help cover the deposits they forfeited.